As usual, a lot has happened this week, so let's jump right into this week's recap. This morning, media outlets were abuzz with the announcement that the President and First Lady have both tested positive for COVID-19. We, of course, wish them a speedy recovery, and early reports indicate that will be the case. Closer to home, Pennsylvania's House of Representatives canceled session yesterday when one of its members tested positive. The cancellation occurred in the middle of the joint hearing of the House Health and Labor and Industry Committees, at which I was testifying. The hearing was designed to learn about the economic impact on the governor's mitigation orders on small businesses while balancing the needs of public health in the Commonwealth. Secretary of Health Dr. Levine also testified. I was disappointed with some of the unsubstantiated characterizations of our industry in the testimony and statements by the health officials. Rest assured, we will continue to set the record straight and fight for our industry and its dedicated workforce. This week, the governor doubled down on his threat to veto House Bill 2513. Enacting HB 2513 could potentially save 17,000 restaurants and 365,000 jobs in the Commonwealth by restoring our industry to the safe and sensible operating standards of the green phase. PRLA and our partners are working to ensure that those who voted in favor of HB 2513 stick with our industry should a veto override vote become necessary. Yesterday, a federal appeal court temporarily restored restrictions on indoor and outdoor gatherings. This means that the administration may once again enforce size limits on gatherings, 25 indoor, 250 outdoor. Thus, at least for the moment, invalidating federal Judge William Stickman's ruling that this aspect of Governor Wolf's mitigation order was unconstitutional. The Third Circuit Court, who issued this stay, will also hear Governor Wolf's appeal. Today, Philadelphia restaurants can expand indoor dining to 50% capacity if they complete the state's self-certification process. In addition to CDC and state guidelines, Philadelphia restaurants must abide by several additional requirements. Outdoor dining unquestionably has been a huge lifeline for the industry, not just in Pennsylvania, but nationwide, which is why our partners at the National Restaurant Association sent a letter to the U.S. Conference of Mayors encouraging local leaders to take steps to extend the outdoor dining season as long as possible. The association is encouraging operators and their staff to submit a video testimonial on the importance of outdoor dining to their businesses. Also in Washington, our partners at the American Hotel and Lodging Association this week released its latest industry impact analysis, which illustrates the hotel industry's dire circumstances without an additional relief package from Congress. House Democrats introduced a revised skinny version of the HEROES Act on Monday. This $2.2 trillion relief package includes $120 billion in grants for restaurants, bars, and food trucks. The House passed it last night, but the bill was opposed by the White House and has no hope of movement in the Senate. Both sides want a deal, especially with Election Day fast approaching, but the likelihood of anything happening before the election remains slim. Thank you for joining me for another edition of It Happened This Week. Please reach out to Democratic state representatives who voted in favor of House Bill 2513 and implore them to stick with restaurants if an override vote is needed. Visit prla.org/HB2513 for vote roll calls, talking points, and contact information. Thanks for joining me for another edition of It Happened This Week. I'll see you again next week.